Ukraine. Now, we are starting to see, or at least hear some reports about maybe, just maybe, something dramatically turning in the favour of Ukraine, which is that apparently there's early signs about Russian troop movement away from the capital. Do you share that positivity, or is that really a move where you pull away and you just go and find somewhere else?
I'm very, very suspicious of it. It has been a stuff-up of enormous proportions. I think the Russian army has astonished us all by their total incompetence in what they've done. We've seen video from the tactical level, which as a soldier I could see has been a disaster for them. But the other thing I'd say is that the willingness of Ukraine soldiers to fight and die for their country has been the central thing. The sanctions would be irrelevant, Paul, if Ukraine had rolled over on day one. If I was running the show over there and we had stuffed up to this extent, I would start pulling troops back from Kyiv. I would then race around to Mariupol, and I would apply them all in the eastern side of the country. There would then be a race. The Ukrainians have got to keep some forces around Kyiv, but they can now send some forces down to the Mariupol sector and prevent Russia from establishing a land bridge between the Donbass and the areas that they stole from the Ukraine in 2014. I'm very suspicious of what's going on here. The Russians will learn, and when they don't learn and they don't do it too well, they just revert to killing and to monstrous use of firepower in a criminal sense.
Can I ask you, apart from all of the avenues that you have officially, unofficially, as Citizen Jim, where do you go to try to get a realistic picture about what's happening in Ukraine? Because, we heard over the weekend, another Russian general had died and apparently the troops aren't taking out the orders. But that, of course, could be all sorts of misinformation that's being put forward. Conversely, Zelensky's got an incredible set on him, but he's not the one setting the military tactics inside the Ukraine. So tell me about Citizen Jim and about how Citizen Jim is informing himself and how the rest of us trying to keep an eye on this can actually be better informed.
Well, the way that I get it mainly is, firstly, I've got 40 years of experience in doing these kind of things. I have run a war in Iraq. I have looked at all the factors, and for the Americans, I have assisted in the running of this war in a place like Iraq. So I've looked at the factors, I've looked at what you can do, and I have some good understanding of what military forces can do. That means that I can use what I call intuition, which is the ability to make judgments based on years of experience. But I also get the most amazing feeds, Paul, from a number of people. Two people in particular, I won't mention their names, who summarise the world for a number of us and who feed it to us on a daily basis. One of them, I don't think, has slept for the last 37 days, but the knowledge that is coming through from those particular sources are very, very good. There are some extraordinary websites around the world, but it does take hours and hours of work each day to do them. And thank God people are summarising it for me and sending it to me. So Citizen Jim has trouble getting it and has trouble understanding. Well, citizen everyone else in this country, what we've got to remember and understand is that when it all comes down to the basic factors, if you're not strong, you're anyone's meat. And that's what we've got to... We're halfway there because this government has been brilliant on national security, but we've got another long way to go in Australia to achieve national security, and we've got to learn that from the Ukraine.
Yeah, bloody oath. And we're at a fork in the road that has consequences. Albo won't even tell us who his defence minister would be. I'll take Dutton and Molan any day. Thank you so much, guys. Do appreciate it. Thank you, Jim.
Thanks, Paul. Thank you.
Good on you, mate.